Show the world you just ain't no producer, beloved.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
But this full court pressure. Talk your shit, whoa. Let them hear you, whoa. Yeah, okay. Hustler by day, Sicario at night. On the box with the guard, make sure your cardio right. Sight, there's no talking, funeral, no coffin. Disappear them, feed them to the wild pigs and Porsches. Proceed with caution when you approaching the dawn. Kiss the ring on the finger that applies pressure to triggers. Killers sing my song, I provide a sound that's sinister. Not from this world of species that hunts the predators down. Wear my crown everywhere that I go. Sovereign monarch, God's favorite at birth I was chosen. Hit by the cold, hug the seven flatter, never fold. Fuck hoes and stack dope till my casket close. They say women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. That's a lie too. They expose, they paying for those. It's so cap, this the shit that people feel inside they soul. Every verse a passage from the realest story ever told. Brand new year in our old school ways. In our old school ways. Independent cause we ain't playing them games. We ain't playing them games. Brand new year. In our old school ways. Independent, Lord. Cause we ain't playing them games. Kiff mask on, click clack in my clothes. Out of town, sipping brown, kick back on my rolls. 6 stacks for a show, kidnap for your hoes. Sell a little bit of merch and get back on the road. Brains getting thicker, getting paid, taking pictures. Fleet a dirty nigga that'll bathe with your sister. Dual exhaust on the truck, young boss, but I'm up. And I save every penny that they tossed in my cup.
Peace and blessings. It is Monday, September 2nd. Just wanted to say I just re-released this episode. It's the same one, but with a few more things added to the beginning of it. So if you're like, wait, I just downloaded this one this morning, so I just deleted that one and just re-added something and re-uploaded it. Y'all know what I mean. Sorry for the confusion, but peace and thanks for listening. Here we go. Peace and blessings, y'all. It's Monday, September 2nd. Everyone got the day off. I hope you're enjoying it. Just want to say thanks for listening. Enjoy this episode. Stay safe. Tell someone you love them. And until the next one, we'll holler at everyone soon. In peace and enjoy this music. This is Styles P.
Like Phil Jackson pools. It's called a play. I'm running. Feel me? Yeah. For real though. You know what it is, fools. I ain't gonna say. Yeah, I'm back on my go shit. Go do it for the streets, niggas call it the bullshit. You only get burned with your teeth kicked in. But if I feel real good, I feel blue. Get dumped in the bullshit. Married to the streets and the dope is the bridesmaid. Looking at an OG, can see what the time made. I said the gun was the maid of honor. Living the fast life, but never could delay the drama. All my niggas is like the best man, but my right hand can't trust my left hand, and my big head can't trust my little head. Did a lot of bullshit for a little bread, air it all day like I'm aerosol spray. Came up doing G shit, could hear it all day. Like niggas yelling, cops come and clear the hallway. I know about the dope sales, 5-star hotels. Fake niggas ride the real niggas' coattails. Fuck coach though, we throwing on the B-necks. Transforming like Autobots and D-sets. If you ain't getting murdered in your G-check, tell him that the fan of his back. I mean the Hulk in the can of his back. Yeah. And all I know is pain, so I'm handing on that. I like to fly real high and then land in the back. Hold up. It's our time, so as always, flight home. Smooth criminals now. My hustle is like a summertime grind. Young old school with the purple top down. Got purple tape, long purple with a black nine. Black New York state of mind.
So I got this clip, y'all. Check this out. I'm watching the news, too. In the background, if you hear news, that's CNN. Dun-dun-dun. Let's see. Get this clip together for y'all. This is this white guy, one of the good ones. And he's just, just basically talking about Trump and just how foul he is. Let's check it out.
That will help you remember Trump. You remember.
Sometimes it helps when you have white people, criticizing or you know what I mean, pointing out whether it's racism, sexism, bigotry, whatever it is. When there's someone else white pointing it out, it hits a little better. Because sometimes when black and brown people, when we complain about these things or we bring things up, it doesn't get perceived as well. You know what I mean? So, and they don't take it as serious because they don't respect us. So, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the times. So let's see what he says. So, let's see. Republicans are trying to rewrite Trump's first term in office as a time of peace. So they're trying to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what this white individual is saying.
These events. Republicans at the RNC are rewriting Trump's first term in office as a time of peace and prosperity. That's why we assembled a timeline of 21 events that will help you remember Trump's first term for what it really was. A warning.
This video is 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2 state and 1 state, and I like the one.
Video's 2.5 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna just start it over.
You remember these events? Republicans at the RNC are rewriting Trump's first term in office as a time of peace and prosperity. That's why we assembled a timeline of 21 events that will help you remember Trump's first term for what it really was. A warning.
Go get me some coffee.
So I'm looking at 2 state and 1 state, and I like the one that both parties like.
He complained that the 15,000 Haitian immigrants all have AIDS.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Experts caution that the ultra-rich may ultimately benefit most.
Audio said to have been smuggled from one such senator.
I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China.
Longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Those 800,000 federal employees starting to feel the pinch.
So basically, this is a laundry list of bullshit that Trump's been doing.
The EPA is proposing that it is not appropriate and necessary to regulate hazardous air pollutants emissions from coal.
The panel, led by William Happer, a physicist and known climate change denier.
I'm going to be signing a national emergency.
The Trump administration is considering a major step to roll back protections for transgender
If somebody called from a country, Norway, we have information on your opponent. Oh, I think I'd want to hear it.
You want that kind of interference in our elections?
It's not an interference. They have information. I think I'd take it. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that? By injection inside or almost a cleaning.
The president is...
And is there a way we can do something like that? By injection inside or almost a cleaning.
The president is referring to something that Miami's police chief said in 1968. That was a threat back then, and it is a vile threat tonight.
I understand they like me very much. Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. This is a fraud.
Threat tonight.
I understand they like me very much. Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
All I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,000
This election, frankly, we did win this election.
No, you didn't.
All I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Donald Trump has just become the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice. Members of the U.S. House of Representatives have formally charged him with inciting insurrection after last week's deadly assault.
And that's crazy that there's some, and it's small, but still there's some black and brown people that are going to vote for this criminal. Little music interlude, y'all. This is Bucky. This is one of Styles P's proteges or whatever you call it. This dude, a little side story. This dude did, I think he did like 11 years. Yeah, he did Once, Años, in the joint. I think he killed somebody or whatever, but he beat it. He ended up winning his appeal and everything, but he had got like a life bit. And so he's been out now for a couple years. So you can hear him like in his music just talking about stuff, about his prison experience, how he went to, to the law library in there, got himself an attorney, a lot of the shit on his own, got a new case, got a new trial, and got out, won his appeal, and now he's out, and he talks about all that in a little lyric. So I'm going to play about 2 minutes of it, y'all. I appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing well. It was a long weekend, but it went quick. The Labor Day weekend went quick. Yeah. So, let's get to this. This is Bucky. This is off the Styles P album. This is off the, what was the name of this album? This was the Styles P, hold on. Calm Wolf is Still a Wolf. Penultimum. I can't pronounce that word. Penultimate. No, Penultimate. Yep. A calm wolf is still a wolf. And however you pronounce that. Penultimate or whatever. But this song is called Blood Money. My bad, y'all. Styles P featuring Bucky. Let's go.
Yeah.
Vinny Idol's an underrated producer, too.
I started off hustling for drug money. The drug money turned into drug money. The drug money turned into blood money. The blood money turned me out. I fell in love with the streets and it burned me out. I said I started off hustling for drug money. The drug money turned into drug money. The drug money turned into blood money. The blood money turned me out. I fell in love with the streets and it burned me out. They try to murk me out. They try to hearse me out. Bash me with the gavel. Bury me under gravel. I came back Henry Cavill. Was like the dawn of the justice. Asked the law for his mercy. He gave me Cooley and Cummins. Hit a long line, bury me and my Goonies was rumbling. State brown, state boot. Me and my Goonies was stuck and I had no time to play ball. I see you niggas later. I was reading case law with the litigator. I ain't had no assistance. It wasn't no mitigators. I ain't had no public defenders. All of my shit was paid up. I hugged myself in the cell when Zion Chip got sprayed up. Just ventilating my pain. Ain't none of this shit made up. No mascara, no makeup. 11 years in the wake up. My wife, she did the time with me. See the stress, fuck her face up. That's why I'm loyal to the soil. I never change up. We used to argue on the jacket. Then she black and hang up. And she would try to fill that void, but she know homie ain't buck. And then we make up. Cause she realized we only got us. I had triple beam dreams. Penitentiary nightmares. Caution tape, white chalk. One night, yeah. And I know this ain't right, yeah. But homie, we don't fight fair. Snitch in the morning. You get murdered by the night air. Them cold nights, they gave me circadian rhythm. I'm waking in cold sweats. I'm still trying to shake the system. They put.
So I'm convinced that racism isn't a deal breaker in these times we're living in. You know what I mean? That's not my, that's not something like I sat here and thought about and like tried to figure it all out and came to that conclusion. Like, I'm going off what I'm seeing out here, what I'm hearing out here, and what numbers are showing me out here. In reality, you know, the black and brown people that are voting for Trump, in true reality, they really are insignificant as far as voting. I mean, unless some numbers like started going up a lot more, but the little 15, 16, 17, or 18% or whatever it is of black people that are voting for Trump, they're irrelevant anyways. Those are the people that are bitter, scorned, upset, you know, upset with local elected officials, and then they try to tie that all the way up into the presidency, and then like not like the Democrat Party because they don't get along with a local elected official, or they don't like, you know, they see crime rise in the city, so they just want to blame it on the mayor, and then blame that on the president, and then like not want to vote Democrat, because like just really just I like to call it kindergarten style arguments. You know, kind of like, you know, how they're saying some black and brown people are, you know, giving Kamala a hard time about locking people up. Well, don't fucking get in trouble. Don't make bad choices. Don't get in trouble. Don't put yourself in that position to be sent to prison. You see what I'm saying? And this is coming from someone that just got out, not just got out, but did 7 years and 3 months. And before that, I did a 2.5-year bit too. So, not bragging or boasting on being in jail or prison, not one bit at all. Because I wish that shit never happened to me. Well, I'm saying I wish I never put myself in a position to go to prison. I wouldn't change the experience, but it sucks that I can't get all that time back. But I'm done beating myself up about that. You know what I mean? But I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that shit. And I guess maybe that's one, not maybe, but that's one of the reasons why it bothers me when I see Mexican and black people, or Latin people, or, you know, brown people in general voting for Trump. Because my first thing is just like, I want to ask them, like, dude, like, you don't care that he's a racist? You don't care that he's a sexist? You don't care that he's a rapist? You don't care that he, like, you don't care about that. Like, where are your values? And I get sick of hearing, cause I'm like just scanning my brain, trying to figure all this out, right? Like, what could make somebody black, somebody brown, after all the stuff he said and everything, and done, and all of that, what could make an individual still vote for him? So what the conclusion I have to come to is that racism, because we all know he's a racist. So, like if you're Mexican, for example, when he first came down that elevator, what was it, in 2016 or whatever, like when he first was going to run or whatever, and he came down that escalator, he was in California somewhere, came down that elevator talking about build the wall, which was just a campaign slogan. No policy, no, like, none of that. You know what I mean? That, when I heard that, I was like, oh, I can't fuck with dude. You know what I mean? Can't fuck with dude. The Central Park 5 thing, all of that stuff. Grabbing women, you know, and all that. Like, man, dude, that's disrespectful. Creepy ass old white man thinking he can just get away with everything. But my point is, we all know this stuff, right? So for someone to still be willing to support that financially, with your vote, emotionally. Because here's the other thing. When someone is a Trump supporter, well, like, if you're white, like, you're going to have that built-in excuse because, you know, it's just like, oh, people are going to just kind of expect that. It's like we hope and pray, you know, it's like we want white people that aren't voting for Trump because we're like, yeah, cool, you know, it's a good white person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to somebody black or Latin or Asian or whatever, we're just like, and they say they're voting for Trump, we're like, wait, hold the fuck up. What are you doing? Why? What's up with that? You know what I mean? And then you hear the excuses they give or the reasons why, and you're like, what? Because you like this or you like that, or because he let you're gonna vote for Trump because he let Lil Wayne out. Oh, you're gonna vote for Trump because your favorite rapper is Ice Cube, and because Ice Cube said he doesn't do meetings. So, like, yeah, that'd be some of the stuff would be really just baffled, and you can tell by how I'm talking about it too. Like, I'm literally baffled, man. You know what I mean? But my conclusion, unless someone can prove me wrong, racism is not a deal breaker for some people. It's just not. Because if it was, Donald Trump would have next to zero support from black and brown people. Because everyone would be like, wait, what? Dude said what? Wait, what? Dude said what? Wait, what? He had this on? What? This, blah, blah. They'd be like, oh, I ain't fucking with dude. So that leads me to believe that racism isn't a deal breaker for those individuals that are voting for Orange Man. I thought racism should always be a deal breaker, no matter what race you are. Because y'all remember, I asked Michelle this was a few months ago. I had asked her, I was like, so if there was a black candidate running for president, like, just to take Kamala before because we had this conversation before she even started running. But I'd asked her just in general, like, if there was a black candidate running, whoever it is, it don't even have to be Kamala. Like, if there's a black candidate running, and during his or her campaign, run, they started, like, spewing, like, racist stuff towards white people or whatever. I was like, would you vote for that black candidate? She was like, no. I mean, she said it quick and fast. There was no hesitation. She was like, no. And I'm like, exactly. So, like, why does some black... And like I said, when I say some, it's still a small amount of black and brown people that are doing that. Like, I heard, like... It's just like... If I ask some black and brown people, and it's a small amount, and I ask them that same question, like, shouldn't they give the same kind of answer? Like, if I was like, okay, hey, there's a white candidate up there, and he's saying racist stuff about black and brown people, are you still going to vote for him? Like, you would expect them to be like, hell no, I ain't voting for dude. But you still got people like, yeah, yup. Like, what? And then I even hear people say, well, yeah, don't know which way to go. Considering what? How can Trump even be a consideration? There is no listening to his policies, or he's doing this or he's gonna do that. Dude, fuck all that. He's a racist dude. So that's what I'm saying. So for people to still overlook that and give them their support, that means racism isn't a deal breaker. That means racism is lower on the totem pole of things that truly value. Because I do think there's a big, and it's a big chunk of us that still hate racism. You know, we fight against that. You know, that's still the majority of black and brown people. Yeah, but there's something in the water with this small amount of people that are, You got Tyrese and people like that questioning Kamala. You got Ice Cube questioning Kamala and shit like that. But they don't know basic 101 when it comes to politics and just a little 3 branches of government and who, controls the money and all that. They don't even know that kind of stuff. Because if they did, their conversation would be different. It just would naturally be different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, got a clip. I'm gonna play it for y'all too. So this first video clip is of T-Boz. Sure, most people know who T-Boz is. She's the group TLC, R&B group TLC. She was racially profiled, she says. So let's see. It's like she was getting bothered or harassed by some whites. Let's see what she's talking about. Shout out T-Boz.
Everybody, okay, so I just came from the airport, so, flying all day, I'm tired.
So this incident happened in Northbrook, Illinois.
Okay, so I just came from the airport, so, flying all day, I'm tired. We come to Northbrook, Illinois to Ruth Chris, okay? Now, I got on a hat because, like I said, I'm tired and been traveling all day, so my hair is not combed, I'm not going to take off my hat. So we come, the hostess don't say anything, all these huddle waitresses don't say anything, we get sat down, we get bread, water, order our food, and then all of a sudden, 20 minutes in, the manager comes and says that I have to take off my hat. And I'm like...
This video is about a minute left, y'all.
I'm not going to do that. So she was like, you got to sit at the bar. I don't drink. I don't mind sitting at the bar, but we're comfortable. I'm already tired. I don't want to play musical chairs. But then I look behind me, there's 2 black guys with hats and tank tops. And she said they were told, but they already ate their whole meal. And they're paying for their food, sitting in the same place, but you want me to get up? No. So I just said F them and got up because the lady started getting an attitude with. Who did she get an attitude with? Okay. Because asking a logical question, which I said, ma'am, he's not getting hostile. I know you got into it with the other table, but don't come over here getting smart with us, Miss Ruth Chris, or hostess at Ruth Chris. Don't be getting mad at us because you mad at the black guys that you said were supposed to take off. I said, well, it seems like you need to do a readjustment with all your hostesses and waitresses in the whole restaurant because every last single one of them, don't they know the rules? Because I don't know what sign you're talking about because can't nobody damn see it. And every goddamn waitress, hostess, everybody seen me with this hat. So now you want to come in and with an attitude on some bull. And then didn't come back to tell us that, the bar area was full where you're supposed to sit. So where the fuck you want me to eat, on the floor, hoe? Hoe ass hoe. Just saying. Okay, just the end of
T-Boz, shout out T-Boz. Let's see what else is going on out here, y'all.
In the video, because I was...
There's a lot. There's a lot going on out here. So, white parents, you should be ashamed of your kids. The ones that need it. Y'all know what I mean. Check this out.
Are you a young man? Are you a young man?
The reason why I would go for Trump is because he made peace with all the other like North Korea. He made peace with them. Russia, he made peace with them. Instead of having causing out World War III, which almost happened.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah, I'm convinced racism isn't a big deal for some people. This, excuse me, this white boy can't be any older than, he can't be older than 10. He can't be older than 10. He has to the hoe t-shirt on. He has a say no to the hoe t-shirt on, and it's supposed to be a t-shirt depicting Kamala. That's so disrespectful, man. The rhetoric. And the thing about that, people should be more upset just in general, just as a son, you know what I mean? Like in that kind of situation, for a moment, like let's just forget about what color she is. If you're someone that has a mother, you should be offended by that. You should be offended by that. Just as a son, you know what I mean? Like, how would you feel about somebody talking about your mother like that? Calling her a hoe. Yeah, that's some bullshit. And that's why it's so important we got to get Trump out of there, because this is what you get. And they're getting younger and younger too, these white kids, with this hate in their heart. I'm talking about the ones that are doing this stuff. It doesn't mean all white people in total. Like we just all know that by now, right? Just like I don't take it like if a white person has an issue with a black person, I don't like link, you know what I'm saying? Us all in that. Just like they shouldn't. Like what I'm saying is like I'm not, like if I have an issue with a white individual, I'm not going to take it out on their entire race. Now I realize who's in control and who runs stuff out here. You know, who's usually, you know what I'm saying? Making the decisions out here, got the power and control. But I don't hate white people. I hate racist white people. I hate bigoted white people. I hate white people that think they're better than everybody and shit like that. And that, you know, so, but yeah, whoever's raising that little kid, yeah, and Ice Cube's just a dummy. Like, how do you not, that's what I'm saying, man. People need to know what's going on with just the basic functions. That's why I always say, like, I get sick of hearing people up here when they complain about, like, the city and its conditions and what's going on. It's, you know, some of it's valid because you feel like, if nothing else, like city leadership, they could have better communication, if nothing else. Just letting people know, like, hey, we're attempting to get this done. Hey, we're working on this. Hey, blah, blah, blah. This is where it's at. It's not happening. This happened. We met with this, with these companies today, with these business leaders today. We had this kind of meeting and we discussed this, blah, blah, blah. And we're trying to get this deal done. Or like, we were working on this deal, but it fell through because of blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't have to give, like, every damn detail, but at least let people know that you're communicating and trying to bring business just to the city, that you're trying to do other stuff other than just basically build a street system out here on our roads. It's getting to the point where, like, they don't want cars on the street. I feel like I feel like a lot of that started with Barrett. Barrett was super bike friendly and like bike lanes and walk lanes and stuff like that in the roads. Barrett, I remember when he kind of started that push, kind of talking about that. And Chevy Johnson, our mayor here in Milwaukee, he kind of seems like he's for that too. Because a lot of our streets, yeah, they are there. They got the bump outs now, just one lane. I mean, it's narrow too. Like I said, I think you're gonna have more little accidents and stuff. People knocking them barriers over, them little things and stuff. Because you're literally squeezing all the cement out the road. Like, there's more like down here on Commerce and Pleasant, there's more road. There's more road, like between the bike lanes and the walk lanes. Like they've given them more road than there is for a car. So my point is, like, the lane for a car is about the same size, or actually smaller than a bike lane and the walk lane that they've created. And that's my point. Like, it's going to get to the point where people are, like, going to not drive. I'm saying it's not going to get to that point. There's always people driving. What I'm saying is, like, I think that's kind of like the goal. Well, especially, like, in the downtown area. And that's why they're building so many apartments and condos and stuff like that, because they want to have it to the point where you don't even need to go nowhere. You work downtown, you can walk the little 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks or whatever it might be to your job, or ride your bike. You don't have to get in your car. You know, that's because to them that's, you know, be a positive ripple effect. Less opportunity for cars to get stolen, less chance for there to be accidents. Less chances for there to be, you know, people dying because of these car accidents. Less drunk driving, which doesn't get as much publicity as it should. Because although that reckless driving is a big deal out here and all that kind of stuff, and the traffic deaths, man, I wish Mayor Chevy Johnson, I wish this here in the state in general, just throughout the state in general, I wish they would, give more attention to drunk driving. The 81 times the Milwaukee Brewers play during the summer when there's Summerfest and State Fair and all the festivals and just all the Harley stuff going on, and just the drinking culture here in Wisconsin and Milwaukee, just the entire state. All the casual drinking, there are people all the time. Do you know how much drinking and driving there was this Labor Day weekend? Oh, my God. Just the casualness. People will be meeting up for, you know, lunch at work. And, oh, yeah, we'll go over and get some lunch. And then before you know it, you have a couple drinks. And it's just like, yeah. You think all them people that go to that Brewer game are fucking getting Ubers home? Hell nah. Even 15 to 20%, even if 20% of the people that drive to Miller Park to watch a baseball game, out of the 100% of the cars that are there, even if 2 out of every 10 cars drives home drunk, that's dangerous. Because you're putting me at risk. You're putting my family at risk. You're putting someone else at risk, someone else's family at risk. That's just trying to get home from work or going to from wherever they, you know what I'm saying, whatever they got going on in their, you know, in their day. So while we're out here worried about reckless driving, rightfully so, like, because it's a lot of that is a narrative too, right, in what you're talking about. Because, like, I feel a lot of it is what perception is, like with the crime. In true reality, and like true reality, right? Is crime that bad? Is it that out of control? Because if it truly was, the city would be uninhabitable. You know what I mean? It would be just straight up like a war zone, and it's not. Like the majority of over 90-something people percent of us, like, make it home every day. We get through our days. We make it home. Whether it's to avoid, you know, violence that they say is so rapid or reckless driving. We make it home every day, and we do it all over again. We keep, you know what I mean? So, but I'm saying, like, go tell that to someone's family that just got killed or shot or robbed or their car got stolen or they got caught. So I get it, because I always say that. People are, oh, well, the homicide numbers were down. I'm just giving an example. Oh, homicide numbers were down, 18% this year or whatever. And you're like, oh, well, that, that's promising, but shit, tell that the people's families that, got murdered or whatever, or if you can say, oh, well, there were only 10 homicides this year, and that sounds low, but them 10 people's family members ain't trying to hear that, because they're grieving. So they don't care about them stats. Them stats mean nothing to them because their child or loved one is dead. So I get it. I'm just saying. Because I always ask that question too, from time to time. If there was no news stations, there were no news stations. You know what I mean? Like the local news, like how you sit down and watch the news broadcast. Let's say that wasn't a thing. Would the perception of crime be different? You know what I mean? Because just think about it. If you didn't hear about the news every day and they didn't report on it, then that means there'd be less of it on the phone too, because people could still be like, oh, well, you can just go on your phone and hear about the crime. Because people are going to, that's true unless it's somebody posting their own video or shooting a video of something happening, like people fighting or someone getting shot. You can go online and there's all these crazy videos of like encounters and stuff between people, whether it's at a gas station, at a store, out in public, road, like all that, so much, and the people get, all that. But I'm talking about like the stories about like the homicides and the murders and the killings and stuff like that happen, like that the news stations show up for, that, and you hear all that, like those. So I'm saying, like, if the news wasn't reporting on that stuff, the perception of crime would have to be lower, right? Because you wouldn't be seeing and hearing about it that much unless you either did a crime to somebody or you were a victim of a crime, for the most part. Because I always say that too, like, we don't know what crime is like in another country, like Canada. Like, there's no way I can speak on racism in Canada. We can guess. Like, I wonder, I can assume there's racism, I'm just saying, but for the most, it's like we can't sit here and just start having a conversation and be like, oh, well, yeah, Canada it is, and their crime rate is this, and this. We don't know, because we don't hear about it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's just like, that's why that Trump, that's why he'll be getting his support from people, because he'll be getting people reeled in with them buzzwords like that drill, baby drill. That's not a campaign. That's not a campaign idea or or a plan. Like fracking, basically, for oil and stuff like that. He never talks about a plan with that, anything specific. That drill, baby, that's just a slogan. That's just a saying. That's something to put on a poster board and get people to say it. There's no substance to that. What does that mean? What is your policy behind that? That's what I'm saying. Like, people can just say stuff and get you to just start, boom, and you're gone. But here's my thing. Dude's an 80-year-old man. Let's just be honest. He probably won't even be alive in 10 years. Like, what are people going to do? He probably won't even be alive in 5 years. There's a very good chance. That court case is killing him. I'm telling you, he's more worried about that upcoming sentence that he's got than he is about this campaign. Trust me, because I know how I feel. I know I've said it more than a handful of times, but I know how it is to be waiting to get sentenced for a crime you've committed. That is the worst feeling in the world, because even his lawyers are telling him, you're not gonna see prison, you're not gonna see jail time and all that. They're assuring him of that and all that, right? Telling him that, and he probably won't. He's probably not gonna see jail or prison. I think he's going to end up with probation, and I'd love to see his parole officer lock him up. You know what I mean? But trust me, dude's worrying about that more than anything else. And I don't think he really cares about his campaign that much. Just like some of the stuff he's saying and doing now. And he knows. He's been in entertainment and business and the TV world, and he knows how all that stuff goes. He wouldn't be just sabotaging himself if he didn't care. I'm telling you, he's more worried about that court case coming up, that sentencing coming up. Because until he goes there in front of that judge and she or he sentences him, he's not going to be able to stop thinking about it. Yeah, when he's by himself at night and no one's around, no one's clapping for him, no one's kissing his fucking butt, no one's bringing him his McDonald's and putting his orange makeup on his face and all that bullshit, he's worrying about that court case. Yeah, but I'd love to see him go to jail. But yeah, and then they said that Patrick Mahomes. Now I don't know. I haven't read that for myself. If Patrick Mahomes is a Trump supporter, but his wife sure is. Punk ass bitch. Sorry y'all. I'd never disrespect women. I don't call women that word. But man, like that's how it is out here nowadays. Like that's. Man, Trump supporting ass, the Mahomes, they're Trump supporting. Well, I know his wife is. I ain't going to call her a bitch. I take that back, but she's acting like one with that. You know what I'm saying? And even worse is Patrick Mahomes. If he's a Trump supporter, I'm going to have to find out. But I'm going to assume he might be, and if he is, man, because he's one of the best quarterbacks. I want dude to win the Super Bowl and everything. You know, so now Taylor Swift should be done messing with that Brittany Mahomes lady or whatever. Yeah, but if Patrick Mahomes is a Trump supporter too, I can't fuck with dude. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. Like ever. Yeah, dude's that good, but if he's a Trump supporter, I'm done fucking with him. I mean, I'm going to watch football because I watch football. I'm saying, though, like, I won't have anything really good to say about dude no more. I'm going to just see him in a whole different light. That's fucked up. I don't want to have to feel that way. Because, yeah, dude's a good quarterback. He's one of my favorite players, but if he's a Trump supporter, then yeah, that's going to have to all go in the garbage. I told you, I got super standards. We don't fuck with Starbucks no more. I told you. Sorry, I'm cussing. Yeah, we stopped messing with the Starbucks once we realized, and I know it takes super discipline to like not mess with certain things. If you were, you know what I mean? But there's certain stuff like that. And Starbucks, I think I just read somewhere the prices are going up even more. That's ridiculous. Like, no matter what kind of coffee it is, like you can, like the Starbucks, you can go buy, because they sell the bags in the grocery stores now, you can go buy a bag of Starbucks coffee, you know, already grounded up, that you can make, you know, for what, here in Wisconsin, bags are what, like $8-9 or whatever, for a bag that's going to last you, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 days or something like that, versus going to Starbucks, you know, physically driving up to the place, the brick and mortar, and buying a coffee that's going to cost you, you know, at least about $4. And like, if I was in that kind of situation, or Michelle's in this situation, like, she'd be buying me a coffee too, or vice versa. So now you're spending like about $10. So you're spending the equivalent of them 2 cups of coffee that you would buy for you and, you know, and your other person or whatever. You're spending more on 2 cups of coffee that are going to be gone within about, what, you know, 10, 15, however long it takes you to finish coffee, versus going to the store and buying a whole bag of it for like $8 or $9 and then having it last you 5 or 6 days or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but shout out Colectivo Coffee. For y'all coffee drinkers, yep, Colectivo. They're a local coffee company, Colectivo. It used to be Altera, but they changed their name. Not quite sure all the exact details why they did that, but yeah, Colectivo has good ass coffee. That's what we mess with. Yeah, we buy the beans and we grind them up and stuff like that. And hi, good morning, Marley. Marley's happy we're back. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we came back a day early too, is because I wasn't sure if I had left enough food and water for her. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we were just like, and then Michelle's stomach was like starting to bother her and stuff too a little bit up there. So we were just like, you know what? Let's just go back, get a head start, because we didn't want to like come back, like, you know, start coming back like Sunday evening or Monday morning when everyone else is, and then be, you know, have the drive home turn into like twice the amount of time it would have took. Yeah, so, but we had a good time. But I don't think I could live out there like that. Like, man, that's just, yeah. Even though the city and stuff like that can get hit, like all the stuff that, you know, all the stuff that we deal with just living city life, from all, you know, the traffic to the noise to the you know, some of the smells in the air sometime, and just dealing with people sometime, all that stuff, long lines, you know, whatever. But I couldn't live out there like that. I could not live out there like that. And another thing that I noticed too, man, because I haven't spent a lot of time like out in the rural stick areas. Like, I mean, I spent time out there in prison, but you're locked up, so you're not experiencing just free, normal life out there. But, like, after being in that place, that lake house and stuff, and we were chilling, and I was like, man, and just seeing, like, I didn't see any cops, which was a good thing. I didn't see any, like, an ambulance or a fire truck. I barely saw any people. Like, I saw a lady walking her dog or whatever, like, along them, like, long county roads with just, like, cornfields. I'm just like, man, like, this is what you do every day. Like, when you walk your dog, you just come out like, you're just, like, total seclusion out here. That can't be good for the mental health. I mean, but some people like to live like that. But, man, like, because at least in the city, like, to me, it's like once you leave your apartment or home or whatever, and you go and deal with the city life, it's like you deal with that, and then you come home, and boom, and you're inside your four walls, you know, whatever, just the same, and you get away from it all, and then you go deal with it again the next day or whenever you have to go deal with it again. But, like, out there in the sticks, it's just like you're just always, like, by yourself, or like not dealing with anyone, or not, like, there wasn't even a grocery store. Like, even from where we stayed at, it took us like about 15 minutes to get to anything even like that you could consider a grocery store. It was called Super Value out there. They didn't even have a E on the letter in their sign. I don't know if that was intentional or whatever, but y'all heard Michelle. She said that the place was just eerie, and just when she went in, it was just all processed food. See, those are stereotypes, because she assumed like she was going to go in there and just like, she was like, man, it was just like, but they'll shit on the city and say how it's a food desert, which is true. I'm just saying though, like, a lot of the stuff out here in these rurals, I'm like, man, they ain't got nothing out here. I didn't see a dentist's office, a grocery store. It's just like, and then you just seeing like, just, I'm like, man, people could just get away with all kinds of stuff out here. Because everyone's so spread out and far apart. Like, literally people can do anything they want to. Unless you literally, like, tell on yourself, or you literally, like, do, you know what I'm saying? Like, people would just get away with all kinds of stuff. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live out there, though, like that. Those are the type of areas you just go, oh, and we're going to look, too, and we're going to see if Oxford was a sundown town here in Wisconsin. Yep, but that's where we stayed on our little staycation at Oxford, Wisconsin. It says like on 570-something people. Yeah. All right, back to the episode. Yeah, Michelle's still in the bed, so I'm probably solo dolo on this one. Man, she did so much driving, too. Because even before we went on the staycation, like a few days before that, she was kind of having to deal with her son because he was having, like, stomach stuff. So she was taking him back and forth to the hospital, going back and forth there, just, like, helping him out and stuff like that. So, and then we, so drove out to the stuff. So, yeah, that should have taken a lot out of you, especially when it's hot outside. That driving, that shit can tap your energy out. Y'all know that. So, because I do delivery stuff, a lot of times for my job. So, like, sometimes I won't be wanting to drive, like, when we're just doing regular stuff. But Michelle's kind of a drive, like, she's a control freak when it comes to that. She don't really like other people driving. That's just with anybody. She just has, like, an anxiety. And it ain't like no one in her world that she would ever be the passenger in a car with is a bad driver at all. But she just has this anxiety about it. So, yeah, so I just let her always drive. But yeah, back to the episode. But like I said, I'm going to probably be solo dolo on this one because she's in there asleep. And just got to go pick the dog up today, Charlie, because we left Charlie, our other dog, I'm rambling now, we left him with her son while we went because you could only bring one pet or whatever. But so just got to go pick him up today. And then, like I said, we're done. We washed 7 loads of clothes yesterday. 7 loads. Yeah. So now I'm going to sip on some more coffee. I'm waiting for CNN to come on. And, yeah, be back to work tomorrow. So I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this day off. You know what I mean? It was nice to get rest and, yep, peace of mind and everything. But, yep, got the work week coming back up, y'all. It's a little Labor Day. Weekend went fast. But, yeah, we got football coming up. Football starts Thursday. Yeah. So it's going to be Kansas City and Baltimore. You got a good first game coming up. And then you got my team, Green Bay Packers, playing the Eagles on Friday. Yeah. So looking forward to that. All right, back to the episode. And y'all see what Trump's trying to do, too, at this point. Like, he's just being straight up racist and just all this shit he's doing. He don't even care. At this point, I mean, he's never cared, but at this point, I think his goal for him in his mind is just to get as many white male voters as he can. Because he's got his base or whatever they call it. He's got that. I mean, he'll drop off a handful here and there, or will drop off. But, like, he's just, like, just going for the white adult male. Because that's his strongest base. So he's just going for all of that. He's speaking their language. Because that's how a lot of them think and talk about black people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad, though, that white, angry adult males, you know what I'm saying, the ones that are, I'm glad that they have finally been exposed. Like, over the, last, few years, they really been getting highlighted for some of the bullshit they do. And that's good. Because they get to see how it feels to be in the catbird seat. Is that or in the hot seat or whatever? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Trump been backtracking on Florida abortion amendment. CNN's interviewing this podcast host. But he literally did that twice. He changed his mind twice on it in less than a day.
Democrats wanting to restore Roe v. Wade. It's going to be a very interesting play, I think.
Yeah, well, there was tremendous conservative uproar when he said that he would be supporting overturning that 6-week ban in Florida. He since has gone back, as we just played that clip, and said that he will now not be doing that. But
see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy how you can be, like, no matter what the topic or what. That's crazy how you can say one thing one day and then literally the next day say the opposite of it. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh, Kamala said this and she changed her opinion. She's changing her mind now. After this shit, dude, I would just reference that. Anytime anyone ever brought up an argument or said something about Kamala, like changing her opinion on something, I'd be like, man, I ain't want to hear none of that shit. Look what Trump just did the other day on abortion. Dude changed his mind twice in less than 24 hours. I don't want to hear that shit. Get out of here with that. And the conversation would be over with. You know what I'm saying? Kamala's winning. Choice for president. Kamala 52, Trump 46 among likely voters.
51 to 45. So not a ton of swing there. In the past, historically, you'd get these bumps coming out of conventions. I was talking to Larry Sabato yesterday. He made the case that she got her bump before the convention. What do you make of those numbers?
I think it's really interesting. I think it goes to show that while voters are paying attention, we already knew that President Biden wasn't polling that well. We know that there was some concerns, obviously, around him. And so that bump that she got actually ahead of the convention was that enthusiasm that we see come from voters and excitement around a switch-up, not a repeat of 2020. What I think is really interesting from that poll was
So I got one more video for y'all. So, there's been a lot of talk about what's going down there in Colorado. They said them Venezuelans are like taking over the city and shit or whatever, and these apartment complexes and stuff like that. And you always got to keep in mind when you're watching, someone shooting a video, like they're only capturing what's in that screen or what's in that, with their, that small area that can be fit on a camera into footage. So things can always look worse than they are, vice versa, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not downplaying anything that's going on or whatever. But I'm just saying, and those aren't Mexican people either. So for people that think, like brown people, or think like anyone Latin or Hispanic, they think everyone is Mexican. Just like they think Mexicans are the only ones like migrating over here or whatever. People are coming from everywhere. But, yeah, so, Venezuelans, they're from South America, Some of them come through Europe, you know what I mean? So, like, those aren't Mexican people, so let's not try to blame it on Mexican people. So get that out the way first, off top. But, so I don't know what this white man's about to say here. I got this video clip by this white dude, and I guess he's talking about what he feels is actually going on down there in Colorado, I guess. His name is Texas Paul Schroeder. So let's see what he's talking about.
Morning. Got my leftovers are for quitters shirt on. Hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. And mine's pretty damn good this morning. Look, I got to straighten something out for you.
Oh, his coffee ain't better than ours.
Morning. Got my leftovers are for quitters shirt on. Hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. And mine's pretty damn good this morning. Look, I got to straighten something out for you. No, a Venezuelan drug gang has not taken over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado.
That's crap. That is weaponized immigration crap. Mike Kaufman, the mayor of Aurora, Colorado, is a Trumper. Trump endorsed him when he got kicked out of Congress. And they're like cockroaches. Just because we ran him out of Congress didn't mean he went away. He's now the mayor of Aurora, Colorado. This is all made up crap. And the interim police chief that has nothing to lose, no skin in the game, took her police force down there, and they went door to door to door to door and talked to everybody that lives in that apartment complex. And no, the Venezuelans drug gang is not taking over. That's the plot of that 1991 B movie, New Jack City. You know what I mean? It's crap. And no, the Hells Angels are not on their way to Aurora to fight off.
New Jack City was a good ass movie. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's got snipers on the roof that's not real either. To make it safe for American drug gang. No, man. It's all made up crap. And it's made up crap to prime the pump because, Putin, through his embassy in Mexico City, made arrangements. There's another caravan at the Mexican southern border, and they said they're timing it to hit mid-October. It's just priming the pump. But for the bigots, and the right-wing bigots love this. The same people that are anti-crime are now pro-Hells Angels.
I was a white guy.
No, I think now that people know he's not running anymore.
Right, exactly.
People have respect for him now.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what he did, don't you think?
I do. Because now they can just like him. Because he's not running.
Right, and not because
they don't have to choose. Like, they can just... And they know he's out stomping for the campaign. So if they come out, that means they're with it. Sometimes they think too hard. What was Trump trying? I know Trump's on some bullshit. I know he's got to be. I'm going to check later.
Right.
When they appear together later today. Governor J.B. Pritzker, I was in your state at the convention. Congratulations on having
Cold World Podcast. Thanks for listening, y'all. A few more minutes to go.
Thanks, Sarah. John. Right, thousands of hotel workers walked off the job with the busy holiday weekend. What they are demanding. And this morning, a record-breaking number of Americans trying to get home from labor.
And sometimes I feel like people would be putting Kamala in a bad spot. Or even like black leaders or whatever that we call, or whatever. Because there's like people in Cali now asking for reparations or demanding it or whatever. And I'm down with that if they give shit. I'll get in line for that shit. But I'm saying like, because it's going to reflect on her probably. You know what I mean? It's like they know, like black people, we know as a whole, like she can't do that.
Right.
And she can't go up there talking about that. I'm going to give black people reparations in this country. She won't get elected.
Right.
Like people, like can we just get her in and then work on stuff? People don't like. It's like read the room, man. And then you got people like that Ice Cube coming out. Dude don't even know basic stuff. And he's out here complaining and shit. Someone did a tweet. It was cold as hell. They said Ice Cube has become like he had a song back in the day called No Vaseline. He was dissing, I think it was Eazy-E or whatever, and just calling him like a sellout and just like saying how shitty he was or whatever. So now it's like, and he was talking about like the record companies and stuff, because like the white record companies would be screwing over like a lot of the black artists and stuff, just using them and stuff to make money. He was kind of talking about that too. But now, like whoever put this tweet out said, now it's reversed. You're the person getting with no Vaseline.
Right.
Because you're the one acting like the Uncle Tom and shit now. The sellout. It's crazy. Dude's 55 years old. At least do your like knowledge, like really like understand that. Because if you don't understand that stuff, you really shouldn't be arguing about that when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because it really comes, because people that do understand that stuff, it comes off as ignorant when when you're complaining. It's like, dude, like that don't make sense though, because You know what I mean? It's like if you knew all that and then you're arguing stuff, that's one thing. But you're
just kind of buying in to what people are selling instead of, like, if you believed everything Trump said, like you believe that to be fact, like the MAGA people do.
Right.
You would have a different outlook on the country. But if you don't, what did they say? And then look it up yourself.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's what the MAGA people, they don't ever look nothing up. They go off emotion because they're just mad stuff.
Right.
Those MAGAs. How's it feeling here? Cool? Warm?
It feels okay. Why?
Huh? You see him? Hi, honey.
I'd like to be able to turn off the air.
Mm-hmm. Your brother's coming back today.
Joe texted me at 7.
He's probably like, can you come get this dog?
I'm gonna,
Peace.